And we're all.
And here we go. What the fuck? Is this working? Oh, and there we are. We are live. Check, check.
Mic check.
Welcome to the show. We will be discussing a draft recap.
Yep.
Particularly how the draft affected the New York Jets and the New York Giants. We will be doing an update on the current state of the New York Knicks series, and selfishly, I will force you guys to absorb the update on the New York hockey and just hockey in general, but we'll do that later. But first, we have a beef.
Ooh.
There is a beef. There are problems.
Yep.
And we got to get to the bottom of them.
It's just family. It's not beef. It's just family bullshit.
Family feud. So family feud going
There's
on.
a feud within the family.
I don't know that this family feud has anything to do with me. I don't know what's going on. Please, someone explain, what is this family feud we have going on? What is the beef? What's the problem?
My man Flex, he's getting at my guys, DiPietro and Rothenberg. I don't understand. He's hating on my man DiPietro. Right now, I think he's in the Matrix, or he's in and out the Matrix. So I don't know if he can fight me and Agent Smith at the same time. But I'm just saying, I fucks with DiPietro, man. I don't know why all the hate. He's a Jet fan. He's standing up for you, Jet fans. It's not like Jet. And I gotta be honest, I'm a Met fan. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm like one of those, my teams don't win a lot fan. And Jet fans Jet fans annoy me. Period. They're already annoying fans. And DiPietro's giving y'all some life, and you shitting on DiPietro. What's up, God? Talk to me, man. What's good, man?
It's the man. It's the way he's talking. It's like it looks like fake. It looks like fake trash talk. It's like
nice.
Hold on.
Oh shit, he's coming. He's coming out the Matrix. Agent Smith is hopping out the computer.
Yo, what is going on?
Oh shit.
He looks like he's about to retort one of the witness protection videos. Put the light back off.
Yeah, that was on. That was on.
I have to say about Rick DiPietro.
He can't shit on DiPietro. You gotta blur his face. That was hard.
You know what? I Rick DP hate, bro.
Nice. He's a master. He's a master at that. Nah, I feel what you're saying, though. You feel like it's kind of...
Yeah, because it's like he's just like, he kind of waffles. He likes to be annoying. He's rich, so it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't. He's like making people more angry. When
I think he needs to be like that, though.
Okay, but what did he say?
I think he needs to be like that.
What did he say that
what did he say that
caused
angered
the stir?
He's just been getting at everybody at the show. I know that, but I don't know what he's been doing online or whatever Flex called. What you got, Flex?
Flex is just very, he's extra hyper. I mean, haven't you,
not.
all this time, you haven't realized that he's just extra hypersensitive when it comes to anything Jets?
Smack the Giants.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. He said, yeah, but that's cool. What you want? You don't want him to say that?
Like, it's not necessary right now. Like, we have a lot of months, and we can't do this from now. Like, we can't do this. Nothing's gonna happen from now to the beginning of the season. Nobody's gonna win anything. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just annoying. It
annoys him. I think y'all need.
That's fair.
I think y'all need a little spark in your lives, and you got Rodgers, and he's out in all the Knicks games, and you know what I'm saying, like. He's out there with Sauce, not with Wilson, which is a little confusing, but I like it. I like DiPietro. I think DiPietro, I feel what you're saying with he's not a New Yorker and all that shit. That's the only thing, but yeah,
wait, but what did he say? That they're gonna smack the Giants? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the Cowboys. He's gonna smack the Giants opening day. He's gonna smack the Cowboys on Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
So
it's just like it's like whack. It's not even like clever. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was like clever, that's fine because it's funny. But it's just
yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna stomp you guys. Yeah, like no, yo, that 8 months like
Okay,
You
hold
know
on,
we're
what
hold
it's
on,
not
hold
like?
on, hold
like
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What it sounds like to me is that you're just mad at DiPietro for being every Jets fan. All he's doing is doing the most Jets
I don't
fanny things that a Jets fan does.
that's not true.
The-
Of course, it's not true because every Jets fan is the perfect fan like you. Every other Jets fan is the wrong fan. The only right Jets fan is the flex fan.
the flex fan.
I mean,
That shit is hard. I need that T-shirt.
fine. There's other people. I just can't tolerate this early. It's too early for this shit. Like it's
Nah,
not the run up to the season. You don't even know when they play each other yet. Like this is we're not rivals. We're not the. It's not.
you know what's crazy is that like I don't know if it's a typical Jet fan thing to talk shit, but I don't really get that from Jet fans, but I do get a lot of. I always feel like Jet fan. I think I've shared this with H. It's like Jet fans love to overrate and like they get drunk in their passion. Like I don't know if it's because I guess with the Mets, I'm the opposite. With the Mets, when the Mets are doing good, I'm like, hold on, no, the Mets will be the Mets at some point. You know what I mean? Like the Knicks, you feel me, H? Like at some point, I'm like, the Knicks are gonna do some Knicks shit. You know what I'm saying? Like during the season, that's gonna not make them make the playoffs. Like I'm always like, I always protect myself from getting too drunken in my Met fandom
Yeah.
because I know the Mets are gonna eventually do some Met shit. Like Jet fans, I feel like they're completely oblivious to the fact that they're the Jets. I feel like they like once they start doing good, it's like, yep, it's over. We're gonna go to the chip. We're going to the playoffs. Hold on, guys. Let's not forget we're the fucking Jets here. You know what I mean? Like something's gonna happen. We're not gonna fucking just walk into the fucking playoffs. Oh, he's like, hold on. I need to get on these airways with no Agent Smith to clear this out right now. He's coming after me.
The
He's
frozen
coming after
tundra.
me.
Where's that?
Hold up.
Where's my sound drop? I need to
He's like,
have
Rogers is no
have
longer
that queued up.
Rogers is no longer gonna is playing in the frozen tundra.
Hold up.
Oh shit. He's making the move over.
No, because I don't want to.
Hold on. We gotta take one off. Who's the real flex? I feel like I'm like, when Agent Smith turns into a whole bunch of Agent Smith? Which was the real flex?
The frozen tundra.
Yes. I gotta get a new chair too, man. This shit is mad loud.
So okay, so yeah, I mean, I have nothing to add to this Jets fan. Is there still a beef, or how are we gonna handle this? Are we gonna put we're gonna put a wager on the Jets Giants game? Is that the best way to settle this, or?
Well, let's find out when we play if you really want to do it.
It's May 4th. By the way, May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day. Happy Star Wars Day.
Happy birthday, George.
Is it George's birthday?
Yeah, he's May 4th. We had this discussion. You said, is he big on the Star Wars? And I said, no, why? And then
Man,
you like,
drugs.
May the
Sorry.
4th be with you. That's all right.
Well, of course, happy birthday to George.
Yep, Castro Grizzly.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's the person that you're talking about.
Who's talking about?
I saw. You know what? That doesn't help. That doesn't help.
He's the Jets fan that he's talking about. Like, because I mean, when things are going good, I'll talk whatever. But if shit is bad, or it's just bad. You know what I'm saying? Like this is why I can't do this exhausting shit talk starting from now, because we haven't even seen how the teams look. We don't know what's going on. There's like 7-8 months away. Like it's just like yo, there's plenty of time to talk shit. Like
Yeah, but why do you get to decide what the attitude of the Jets fan is supposed to be? Let each Jets fan Jet fan however they want. Why do you care?
yeah, but the problem is that's why they look stupid all the time.
Who? The Jets
You-
fans?
That's why you guys are literally saying that they're so annoying and everything like that. I'm literally trying to go push it the opposite, and then you're pushing back at me that way too.
No, but
No,
I'm not saying Jets fans are annoying. I didn't say Jets fans are
said
annoying. I'm just saying that what DiPietro is doing is what a Jets fan does. He's not the first Jets fan I've seen do. It's what a fan does. It's not even about the Jets.
But he's not a real fan. That's more.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're Mr. Fan Police over here. Okay.
Nah, you know what? I understand the whole beef with that. I give you that one. But
what? Why is he not a real fan?
he is a real fan, but I almost feel like, and he's been called out on the air for this from callers before, where they're like, have you heard the morning roast? He stole that shit from like fucking 106 with 10 whatever, where they call and they bitched about him like you're not really a Jet fan. You just picked up the Jets because you knew you were gonna work for the Jets state.
I never
New York
understand that.
But anyway,
Well, I think it has more to do with like Islanders, Mets, Jets. Like I think it has more to do with that.
clearly,
And he just felt like that's his lane. But fine. But see, that's the thing. It's like when the Mets were bad, he was like teetering on kind of like liking the Yankees as well. It's like he doesn't really care. He's for sale. He's for sale. You know, like one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
his thing though is that he watches that shit. Like he like watches it so much. Like, you watch the team so much, like I can sense that they like the Yankees a little bit. Like Rothenberg would never admit it, but he knows them so well in and out that there's some part of him that he likes.
But I can't get mad at them for being good at their job and like taking their job serious. Because there's plenty of dudes that go on online, on TV, everywhere that talk reckless amount of garbage about shit that they don't even watch.
Yeah, there's guys that even do that on YouTube too.
Yeah, we don't care about those people.
But
I'll say this. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, first of all, I've listened to a lot of the show, and every time I'm listening to it, I feel like the way I hear DiPietro talk about his fandom for any team, I don't ever see him trying to like prove I'm such a hardcore fan. I think he says he's a fan, but I never see him like trying to out-fan the other fans, like trying to be Mr. I'm a super duper fan. I think he's, at least from what I've heard, I've always feel like he's really honest about how he became a fan. Like he said that he became a fan of, I forget, because he was playing golf or some shit like that. And like I feel like he's pretty straight up about it. He doesn't try to be Mr. Super fan. And then on top of that, everything, I don't take anything he says seriously. Like I don't take. I know that everything he says is with like a little half smile. Like he's just trying to be an agitator half the time.
Yeah, and it doesn't help. Go ahead.
Oh, my fault. I think that's the crux of it then, because he's not being serious, but he's saying all this shit as if he were.
Yeah, but you're being a whack Jets fan by taking him so serious. Like, you're being too emotional. Like, you taking what he's doing on the radio and performative in a show and getting annoyed by it, you're being overly emotional Jets fan by having that reaction. Yes.
No, it's because you didn't. It's the shit talk the shit that he's talking. It's not good. That's why it's annoying.
Not good
like,
for who?
Yeah. Put some sauce on. How about some sauce on that? Like, it's whack.
Yeah, but if it wasn't about the Jets, you wouldn't even think twice about it. You're too emotional because it's the Jets. If he was talking all of that about the Islanders, you wouldn't even pay attention to it.
No, but he doesn't. But see, he doesn't do that for his teams, though.
Either
But
way, it doesn't matter.
yeah, which
You
I
getting
think we're
so
paying too much
aggravated
attention
about
to
it
it.
is
But
I
I
don't
think we
get
put
it.
too much emphasis on it. But he is. I see that he is a little corny with it. But I think he's just trying to, bro. He's on the radio. He got 100 fucking listeners. He's trying to get motherfuckers
This is just
involved a little bit.
classic flex, taking every
Fuck,
and anything Jets centric to the
fuck
heart
it up.
and too emotional.
But he says we're
It's
gonna
not the first
smash your
time we've seen
quarterback.
this show.
All right,
I can't.
what's the topics, man? What's the topics, man? Let's get in.
So speaking of the Jets have signed Randall Cobb, which I'm sure everyone is very excited about. How are we feeling about the genius, the brilliant draft that Joe Douglas had?
Oh,
A
I think you're talking about
plus.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes or no?
I mean, do grades matter? Do grades matter right now?
No.
Does what? I didn't hear what you said.
Do grades matter?
Do
I
grades
mean,
matter?
if Will McDonald turns into Bruce Irvin, does it really matter?
No.
I mean,
Okay, so
I
that's
just-
how
our
do you
draft
feel about
recap. That's the draft recap.
No,
That's
no,
what you got.
I'm just. No. But what I'm saying is, this whole thing that we're like, that people,
Oh my
that
God, yo, this guy, man.
that the Jets wanted Broderick Jones,
Uh-huh.
that
Did
they
he?
didn't want Broderick Jones.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing they didn't want him. Is that true though? Or is that just
And
like
so,
after?
but
Of
listen
course,
to
it's
this.
true.
Who's the left tackle and the right tackle for the Patriots? Garbage.
D-line,
So
our
you
O-line's
think
not
that
much,
Bill,
no.
so Bill Belichick traded out and on for a superstar Broderick Jones. He traded back so that somebody else could get him instead of him. If he was so good, why didn't he draft him?
What does that have to do with the Jets and Joe Douglas?
What I'm saying is that because like the thing is that they needed a left tackle, and like that it's a failure because they didn't draft a left tackle in the first round. It's not.
Yeah.
Of course not. It's not that I just said A plus. Of course, it's not a failure. It's not a failure. It's the best draft of all time.
All right, so there you have it, folks.
There's the answer. Nah, Donald might pan out, man. I just wonder how high was he really on there, and were they really gonna pass on Broderick Jones like that? I mean, I'm not saying it's not a possibility. I believed it at first, but then later I'm like, I wonder how much of it is true. You know,
He has.
The Jets wanted Broderick Jones.
That's why they didn't like they draft a certain type of player. I know that they were trying to trade back because when they showed the clock, it was like 30 seconds left on the clock. They were trying to trade back, but there just wasn't a trade offer. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what happened. But you know, I know they like that running back apparently that went 12 to the Lions, but they were going to use them in the slot. I guess that's why.
I think the Lions are too.
Huh?
I said I think the Lions are too. Going to use them on the slot.
The Lions is weird because they got picks back, but then they used them like they got rid of DeAndre Swift for a 4th round pick next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like he was nice. Why you didn't have to draft a running back in the number 12?
Yeah, they switched a lot. They were in and out of running back. I know some of it had to do with injury, but there was times when Swift was healthy, and I was like, "Yo, Swift is nice. Why they keep fucking shit on him?" But real quick, let's back to the Jets. Give me the picks again. It was Donald McDonald, the edge rusher / DE, right? Where people say he's probably gonna be more of an edge rusher.
He's gonna be like Ojolari.
Okay.
Because that's like the role.
Hopefully
like,
stronger because Ojolari is weak. I feel like we needed to upgrade.
I think it's a little bit. I think Ojolari is 6'2". I don't know. I don't remember the pound. I don't remember how much they weigh each.
Mel Kiper loved this McDonald.
Well, I mean, they say he was misused or whatever. They're gonna put him in like that Aziz Ojolari role, like they did with like Wink Martindale. Was gonna use Ojolari.
Yeah, 4'3" though, right?
Yeah, but it's like the way they use all kinds of they use 5-2s. They use all types of different depending on like the rotation at the end.
Yeah. So
D-line.
go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Um,
Then it was the center.
Center Chipman, which I mean, it was pretty much they knew they had to draft him. It was either him or the guy that you guys got. I guess
Smith, whatever.
the way that they wanted to use, I guess like what they said is like he's more athletic. So
He's
I guess
faster. Yeah, more
yeah,
athletic.
he has like he could be either a guard or center. Where I think John Michael Smith was more like just a center and that's it.
Yep.
And in the fourth round, they got a tackle from Pittsburgh,
Mm-hmm.
who got injured last year. Supposedly, he would have been the second-day pick had he not been. He tore his meniscus.
Mm-hmm.
And they got a running back in the fifth round.
Yeah, he looked good. Izzy, yeah, some shit like that.
He's from Brooklyn.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I know he looked good. His highlights look good.
Yeah, he's a home run hitter. He doesn't like they didn't use him catching the ball catching out the backfield. I guess it's kind of. I mean, they don't know. Like everybody's optimistic about Brees coming back 100%, but you can't really. It's an ACL. You know what I'm saying? You can't really predict it.
Yeah.
And then they got like a couple like here there. Like I wasn't thrilled about the other shit. Like the cornerback safety from LSU. I never even heard of him. Never heard of the linebacker either. I don't know. They say there's like for special teams, but I mean there's still decent players on the board.
I heard good things about the tight end you got.
Yeah, but it's not good things in terms of like he should be a
combine. Yeah, exactly. Like,
but not that like he didn't really put up the numbers that you would think that somebody that has those traits played. But I mean, besides that, you filled a couple holes. The D lineman that they signed yesterday, that was one of the last. They might sign Quan Alexander back, and that's pretty much. Yeah. It wasn't like I knew. Like I felt like it was gonna be like. It wasn't gonna be as flashy as last year. First, I told you that the players there wasn't that many great players in this draft, so it was not flashy to begin with, and then. They already got that last year. Like they got the cornerback, they got the wide receiver. So obviously when if you go from that to this, it feels like it falls a little bit flat. But whatever, it's just like that's how you build. You just get bodies in there, man. And you know even if they don't start, they build your depth because the depth like we were on like it tackles number 7, 8, and 9 last year. Starting, so you need depth. You know what I'm saying? Like, see what happened when Brees Hall went down. They tried a whole bunch of running backs. Zonovan Knight had a game and a half, but after that he kind of fell off. So that's what it is. You can't only have superstars, man. Once those superstars go down, you ain't getting another superstar to plug in. So. What do you think about the Jets?
I like it. Real quick with the Jets. I thought the Jets did good. The center they say that he's a little tall, but y'all might move him to guard. I'm hearing. I'm not sure about all that.
They like players that play multiple positions.
Yeah, like Tucker. Yeah, I got it. But it looked good. I think Donald could pan out if with the right role. They say Mel Kiper was blowing him, saying he's mad athletic. What's his name was this guy's name? Jeremiah. What the fuck's his last name? Daniel Jeremiah. Yeah, he was blowing him too. So, I mean, I did look at him before the draft, but I only watch highlights. I haven't watched like real film like on the players in drafts since like maybe 4 or 5 years.
I mean, they don't really put like missed tackles on highlight lists. You know what I'm saying?
But I used to like that. I used to like watching those like sound film.
You gotta kind of watch like a game to get that.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You see my man Capoeira though and shit.
Who
doing all these types of McDonald doing all those the Brazilian friggin' jiu-jitsu.
Oh nah, they have filming him doing shit.
Yeah, jumping all types of crazy.
And I didn't see
Uh,
that.
yeah, it's pretty. He's pretty athletic, man. But yeah, I thought the Giants did pretty good too. I know they drafted the guy that you didn't like, but
Yeah, but in that, so we got first round, we got Deontay Banks, Maryland, which when we did the mock, it was between him and Porter at the cornerback position when we did it, and I was like, I can't fold now. I got to go with Porter because I've been blowing Porter this whole time. But you know, I'm cool. I like the pick. I like the Deontay Banks pick. Porter ended up going in the second round, but whatever. Then we got your boy Schmitz, the O lineman center.
everybody. I mean, I know Giants fans love that one, right?
Yeah, I was very happy with that. I was happy. I was happy with the Banks with the Schmitz pick. I was like, finally, I felt kind of felt a little relief. And then on the third round, we got Jalen Hyatt, which I didn't want at all in the first or second round. I didn't want him. I was like, no way he's a second round. No way I can't have him. But in the third round, I take him. I'm a little tight though because Tillman was available, and I feel like Tillman is more um fits what we need. Big body, number one receiver. Post and all that slants. He's fast enough, and he's more
I mean,
solid.
just like the thing is like with Daniel Jones, his game isn't really like that. That bomb, like obviously he had a couple bombs for like the dudes, Hodgins and all those dudes that missed it, but I
Mhm.
feel like that's not really his game. I think his game is more like within the 20 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it definitely is. But he does have a stronger cannon than what most people give him credit for. But it's just you don't really see him in his first year though. If you look at his rookie year, he was throwing a lot of deep balls, a lot of 50-50s and putting them in good positions. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with the higher pick, I kind of wish Tillman. I kind of wanted Tillman over Hyatt, but whatever, man. You can't teach speed, bro. He's 6 foot. I worry about him. Obviously, I know everybody was giving him shit about the route running and the system he worked with and all that shit, and I understand that shit. But my main thing is he only did it for fucking 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's more really my concern. And when he went out, and when Tillman was out, and he was out, and they had backups, Tennessee was eating without either one of their starting receivers. So it's like how much is the system and how much is it higher? But he definitely has speed. You can't teach speed, so whatever, man. I'll take it, man. You know, I kind of wanted a possession receiver, but whatever. Then we got the running back Eric Gray. I don't know shit about his
I
highlights.
heard.
Didn't look. His
I
highlights
heard
didn't good.
he's pretty good. He's pretty.
Everybody's talking good about him, but what I see, the film that I see, I'm like, I guess, like everybody else.
Because he's not Saquon. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not. You got to remember the
Yeah,
type of
but
running backs that they were drafting up in Buffalo, man. It's like like Zach Moss. He's like
and that's
big.
my worry though. That's my worry with this guy.
It's a reasonable worry.
It's my worry with this guy. He does he don't want to sign Barkley, but oh, don't worry about the running back position. Yeah, nigga, from your track mark or whatever you call it, your track record. Come on, son. I don't trust you when it comes to the running back position, bro. I'm
Your
sorry.
track your track record is come on, son.
Yeah, facts, man. But yeah, man. H, how you feel?
I'm God McShay, so I feel great. I am
Well,
the
who'd you get?
one who got
Let-
3
Nice.
of 10.
Zagactos.
Yes.
Let's recap. Let's
Say
recap
what you
that.
want about the draft. I got 3 picks correct. I'll take
God
the win.
McShay.
I consider that a win.
God McShades.
I have no real. I don't find the draft as exciting as some other people, so I don't really have any thoughts.
Yeah, I hear you. Nah, I'm happy though. I'm happy. I give a lot of people giving the Giants an A+ and all that shit, and I'm like, it's kind of like reflexive. Like, who really knows right now? But you know,
Well, the thing is,
when
nobody
when
knows, but
yeah, exactly.
all you know is there you people have kind of assigned value to players,
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
based
like,
on what kind, how much value you got, where you picked, and how well people think you improved the team. That's where they get the grades from.
yeah, when it comes within the world of drafting, you kind of have an idea, but when it comes to like really like the real like wants to like to play games and shit, and the NFL is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
who really cares?
like for example, like the Eagles, they knocked it out the park or whatever because they got
I
Jalen
thought we were gonna
Carter. They
get
got all
honestly.
this. Yeah, but if Jalen Carter does something stupid and gets suspended for half the season because he has character issues, is that you know
But that's
is
I'm
that a
talking like an Eagle fan, but that's the beauty of it. You don't get it, man, because the vets are there and they're gonna make it all better, and then next year he'll be ready to go.
hey, relax? You sound like a Jets fan.
Well, I gotta go to Philly on Saturday, so let me not pop too much shit. I don't want my Philly heads to watch this accidentally. Oh, look, the word life is
So
on the show too.
so speaking of Philly,
Philly
Philly could be the Knicks' next opponent
could be or Miami.
in the next round of the playoffs if they move on. How are we feeling going into Game 3, 1-1? How are we feeling as a Knicks fan? Give me the pulse of the Knicks fan.
I'm gonna be real with you, man. I know it's weird. It's weird for me because normally right now I kind of feel like I would be hitting the panic button, but there's something is like something's watching those two games, and we barely made out of the second game. The first game it was a heavyweight bout to the second half of the last half of the fourth quarter. But I don't know, man. I'm not panicking, bro. I'm really not panicking, man. I feel like it's a toss up. I know Jimmy wasn't there, and we should be, and that kind of makes us feel like we should be worried because now that Jimmy comes back, should be, the team should go up 100%. But I don't know, man. I'm just not panicking. I think we split with them at home. That's not great, but I still think I still think anybody could win it, man. I think there's a few things we gotta adjust. None of our bench showed up in either game. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot to look forward to for the Knicks. Now, will it happen? I don't know. I'll give you this too. We've been a better away team the whole season. We even closed out the first series away. So I'm not panicking. These guys are tough, man. They're beating us on the board. We're being out coached. That's first and foremost. That's the most blatant thing. We're being out coached.
That's what I was gonna say. Honestly, that to me is the biggest thing is the coaching disparity. And if honestly, after watching those two games, I think that I know I picked the Heat to win the series, but after watching them lose Game 2, I don't think that I think that the Knicks are gonna win the series.
For real.
Yeah.
Nice. So I knew I wasn't bugging. Why though? Why? Can you elaborate?
Because it's weird because I look at it like I feel like Tibbs got outcoached in both games, and I feel like he really got outcoached in Game 2. And they still won. And I feel like that you really saw the disparity between the two teams in Game 2 because as much as the Heat were outplaying them in Game 2 and they had a lead most of the game, but it was something about watching that game that I could just see that the Heat just aren't as good, even though they were controlling the game. Like you could just see that they don't have the talent. They just don't.
Yeah, they don't have the talent. I think that's the key right there. But they play so well. It's like they coach well, and it's clear because the things that they have to be good at, they're being good at it now. You get what I'm saying? Besides the 3-point shooting, everybody talk about the 3-point shooting, but the fact that when it's a rebound, there's 3 or 4 offense or defense. They're all coming back for shots. It's not like us where okay, Hart and Robinson and maybe Julius go get a rebound. Nah, the Heat is like basketball in the streets of New York, right? Everybody's following shots, following shots, following
Yeah.
shots. And if we start playing a little more like that, start making more adjustments, like little adjustment like that, and we can bang with them, and everybody's going rebounds and doing shit like that, I think we will get away with it more. And obviously, the bench showing up. I think we need the bench to show up big.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Heat
Yeah.
are just so undersized, man. And that's why they have to rebound like that, because they have no size, man. None. Like, I mean, listen, Bam he's a great athlete. He's a good versatile defender. You know, he plays good. He plays good defense. He gets good rebounds,
Yeah.
but
He's not big.
he can't bang. Like, you could see that when it's him trying to bang there with Mitch and Hartenstein, two like
Yeah.
old
not
school
afraid
type
of-
big boys.
And Randall.
he's not built for that.
Randall, I feel like Randall is like has that Mike Tyson look, like feel like he's looking at him and he's like, I don't want no part of you, man. Like I kind of
I think that's why I think that's what they were missing game one, man. Because Randall gets in there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And I
yeah,
think
but
that-
I mean, they were getting beat worse in game 2 than they were in game 1.
I think boards wise we was getting it though, no? In the
What, game 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely game 2 rebounding wise, but as far as like, I don't know that I would say that Randall added any type of like intimidation factor, because they were getting smacked game 2. They didn't have no answers.
We didn't have answers, but I feel like I feel like inside though, Randall made a little presence in there. I do. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just hustling and kind of, even when he was terrible in the beginning, and once he started feeling himself a little bit. He was driving to the hole, you know, kind of making his presence start in the inside. I kind of felt like that.
I don't know. I just think that there's no way Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent can play any better than they've already played. Like Gabe Vincent, he was like Dwayne Wade.
Unbelievable.
It felt like he made everything.
But Tibbs gets me so mad.
Huh? Who?
Tibbs gets me so mad. I'm gonna tell you 2 reasons why Tibbs gets me so mad. Game 1, I'm watching the game and I'm saying, and this happened to me during the Cavs series too. I'm like, yo, why don't you switch up your lineup a little bit? Like, for example, game 1, I'm like, yo, Grimes is healthy. I know he's not shooting well, but put him out there on Laurie. Laurie's killing fucking IQ. Like, put him out there, see what he does. He doesn't do it, and I'm like, okay, I'm bugging. Maybe, you know, the NBA doesn't do that anymore, where they just switch people in, like, and then next game, he does it. So it took you a whole fucking game to realize something that I was watching in by the third quarter. I'm like, yo, put Grimes on Laurie. You know what I mean?
It's because his body, you know, Lowry has that thick frame.
That
so
size, and he's a veteran, and he's not gonna be that Larry much. Like, you have he's doing it now. Put Grimes on him now. He's not gonna do that probably next game. He might do it one more time this series. Do it now. And then I kind of felt the same way with Deuce. You got Vincent, nobody could keep up with. Vincent's first step is fucking lightning fast. He's like Darren Sproles out there. His first step, he's gone. IQ is small. He's not the smallest, but he's a smaller guy he's 6'3" or 6'2", and he's way faster than IQ. Why don't you put Deuce, who plays good defense? And secondly, they're giving you the 3. Deuce is a good 3 shooter, so you 3-point shooter. So you I'm not saying do it for the whole game, but test him out. Test the water, see what's going on. And he didn't do it. We'll see what happens. And maybe it takes him a whole fucking game to make an adjustment. Maybe he'll do it.
I don't know. Like Tibbs, he needs to. I don't know. He didn't do what we thought he was going to do the first series, right? And I think that maybe they thought that Eric Spoelstra was gonna expect him to do what he did in the Cavs series, and then switched back, and then was too late to switch the game plan back. You know what I'm saying? Like he thought he was gonna outsmart him by saying, "Oh, they think we're gonna do this. Watch this." And then they went back because they went to the same, like two lineups. Like it wasn't even they barely even mixed and matched. They did one line. It was like a hockey line, where it was like the first line and the second line, and it was just, okay, take all these guys out, put all these guys in, and besides Mitch and Hartenstein when they got into foul trouble, like that's the only other switch that they made. So I don't know if he's just like he's waiting to unleash this. He thought maybe he could get away with the other stuff at home. Yeah. But I mean, you gotta do something about you gotta do something about Vincent, man, and even Martin is hitting shots like crazy. Yeah. Like these guys, like they're not. They're not that talented. They just are very well coached and they work hard and they flop. They dive like
they do everything they need to do.
Everything, yeah, they do everything to like. So like they squeeze every little bit of the toothpaste out the tube. You know what I'm saying?
To work with what they got. Yeah. But I'm not panicking.
And the Knicks haven't gotten anything from the bench. So, you would think maybe that, like at least one person didn't go off the bench so that you know that he's not gonna do it again. Like maybe like everything clicks at the same time. Yeah. But
Hartenstein is the off the bench. Hartenstein is our biggest. He's the best player right now in the last 2 games. So, he is off the bench, but
and he can put it back from 10 feet.
Why did Tibbs start Obi Toppin? What was the strategy behind that? Because like we've seen a couple different starting lineups. I know that Hart has started coming off the bench, and then he inserted him into the starting lineup. When Randall was out, I assumed it would be Grimes starting. I think that was the game that he started Toppin.
I think size. I think the Toppin thing was size, and at the end of the season, Toppin was playing well as a starter. So I think that's where that came from. But I didn't listen. If Toppins the first thing I text my man is like, yo, when the fuck did we think Toppins was fucking Glenn Rice? Why is he taking 3 threes in a row? If the next time he shoots 3 threes in a row, bro, I had to find this fucking guy.
But to be fair, he was the only one that made threes in that game.
Well, game 1?
Or was that game 1?
No, game 2 is when he shot the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
When he had the air ball in the corner. Yeah. But in game 1, he made a couple, but he also took a lot.
Yeah. Bro, he shouldn't be shooting threes like that. Like, it shouldn't be like...
You need to dunk. Like, do some dunk. Bring it back. You were in the dunk contest, dog. You were not in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, and it bothers me because it's like you don't miss that bad. Like if you're a decent 3-point shooter, which he's not, you don't miss that bad that frequently.
Well, that was the thing. That was what I was saying last time, that I've seen him miss some shots that don't even look like a professional basketball player. Like some misses, some bricks that were just so just abominable that I was like, yo, that doesn't even look like a professional.
Yeah. Yo, whatever happened, the Knicks can't do this, bro. They can't get the ball, pass it to the 2-man pass, then to the third guy, and the guy's wide open, and the guy's flying in. Whatever happened to pump fake, 1 dribble, reshoot? It don't gotta be a 3, bro. Just take a step forward.
That's what I'm saying, and that's what the Heat is good at, because they do the pump fake, they do the shot, they do. I thought that was outlawed, by the way. I thought they outlawed that with James, because of James Harden, where you do you throw up the 3. But it seems like the Miami Heat, like that, they still do that.
What do you mean throw up the 3?
I thought they outlawed the James Harden thing, where you just jump up in the air and shoot a 3.
How else do you?
Am I mistaken?
I'm confused. I don't know specifically what you mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I don't know if it was outlawed. I don't remember seeing the Heat doing that. But
no. But I'm saying they use it with the pump. They use it with the pump fake, and then when they go in.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Pump fake, get the guy to leave his feet, and then throw up a faux 3-pointer to draw the foul shot. I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember seeing the Heat do that.
Yeah, just because it wasn't as blatant as Harden's, because Harden, was doing it from the beginning and just throwing it up.
Yeah, gotcha.
They're doing it more in a slick way that it doesn't look like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, but they're shooting well, man. Tim's got to do something.
What they're doing is taking advantage of the soft spots in the Knicks game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3-point.
If they don't have defensive discipline, then they're gonna take advantage of that and get to the foul line. And if they don't have, if they're not closing out on the 3 shooters, then that's what they're doing. That's just how they play.
Yeah.
And without Butler, it's literally throw the ball around until there's an open guy who takes the shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if Butler's there, he's gonna draw in the I was gonna say coverage. He's gonna draw in like the double team or whatever, and then one of those guys is gonna be open again, and they take an uncontested 3, or if it is they get the foul, or they go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they have a lot of shoot. They have theoretically, like, Kevin Love, Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent, and Caleb Martin. And Strus,
shooters?
they can all hit threes. Yeah. So like you're like he's like kind of, they're like baiting you into it, and that's where Tibbs is getting thoroughly outcoached.
Yeah, I just feel like I have yet to see him make any clear-cut adjustments to what the Heat are doing, whereas I've seen very obvious coaching adjustments in both games made by the Heat. Like, remember, pure example was the first game. In game 1, you could tell that Spoelstra said to Kevin Love at halftime, the outlet pass is there. When you get the rebound defensively, push the ball immediately. Because immediately, as soon as the third quarter started, Kevin Love had like 3 assists on outlet passes because, like I said, Spoelstra saw something soft, a soft spot in the Knicks D, and he's like, we're going to exploit that and make them adjust. I have not seen any of those kind of exploiting or any kinds of adjustments be made by Tibbs yet.
Bro, did you know what Tibbs said after the game 1 loss? And DiPietro played it, and he was sick about it too, and I couldn't agree more with him.
Well, who cares what DiPietro says? He's a fake fan anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with him more.
He said,
I don't even know what he said.
Tibbs literally said, we gotta we go with where the game takes us.
Oh, I do remember hearing that. Yeah.
What do you mean where the game? No, there's another coach there telling their team what to do, and it's making you react to that. This ain't a boxing match. This ain't a fucking momentum of fucking.
Was he bad as Floyd Mayweather?
Bro, that shit got me so vivid. Livid, bro. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he thought it was like, you take what the defense gives us. Like, that's a football term, bro. That doesn't exactly translate to basketball like that. Take what the defense gives you. Like, in basketball, there's one hoop. There's not a bunch of different ways to score a touchdown. Like, you got to put the fucking ball in the basket. Like, that's it.
You know what the defense gives you? It's giving you open threes because you couldn't hit it falling out of the broad. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Exactly, that's what they're giving us. So let's take.
That's why they were giving it to you guys.
Exactly. So keep shooting. Well, they're giving us a 3. We might as well just shoot and die there, even though we're not great shooters. No, and they're our best shooters out there. Grimes wasn't out there. Grimes was having a terrible game. Okay, Deuce, give him a shot, bro. He's fast. He plays defense and he shoots 3s. That's exactly what you need. You don't need, that's exactly what you need. You need a fast, quick kid on that kid Vincent. See that kid that keeps shooting 3s? Put your fastest, best defensive player on him, and it just so happens he can shoot 3s. And guess what? They're giving you 3s. Maybe you'll hit 3 or 4.
Free snake pizza, guys. Here, it's free. Eat it. Snake pizza. You can have as much as you want.
Crazy, man. But let's see what happens, man. I think I still think we're gonna win this game, this series, man. I still believe in them.
Yeah, I mean, you do say like there is a couple things that like they played very bad, and even the game that they lost, they should have won that game. They came out, they didn't make any adjustments at half because they were up, but they lost. They lost a big lead from the first quarter to the second quarter. They already, they got the lead cut down to 5. Then they adjusted. You didn't adjust, and if you had
Still won.
adjusted, you could have won that game. Like, and you let that one get away. And
Oh
then
yeah,
you
game
need,
one we should have never lost that. That was bad.
like, absolutely, you needed this one, and then you didn't get any play. Like, thankfully, like, Randall came back and he kind of showed up and hit some threes. Like, they're
Thankfully,
very lucky.
Scott Foster was reffing the game. Thankfully for the Knicks, because that was brutal, man, brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, kudos to the Knicks. They took advantage of the miscues, but my God, and it's just messed up, especially when when you see the Lakers and the Warriors or two like teams that are scoring a lot of points and there's a lot of offense and there's a lot of possessions. The miss calls and miscues here and there don't have the same kind of weight that they do in a game in this game and in a series like the Knicks Heat, that is like every possession, every offensive rebound is just so crucial to get that extra possession. When you have refs just completely blowing calls, it just puts a stench on the game. But
just lucky this time it came out in your favor, because
not next time.
Like, it might exactly.
We just can't give Jimmy fucking a 56-point game.
And you can't let him with a shaky.
I don't even know if he's gonna play, man.
He'll play.
He's gonna play, but that's why you have to test him out early, because he's gonna play regardless.
That's another thing. He didn't even test him out at the end of game 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta go see what he's got.
Mm-hmm.
First 5 minutes of the game if he's in there.
And you got the guys to do it. You got the guys that played exactly that. Lower your shoulder right in his chest. Oh, and I gotta mention Barry. Barry's been balling, man. He's continuing. Yeah, so hopefully he continues that in Miami, man. But he's the perfect guy you put to test him. Go right into that guy.
Threes aren't his game, so you don't have to worry about him camping out in the corner like he was practicing that. Like also, like in the driveway doing fadeaway corner threes. Yeah. Like, you don't have to worry about that. If that's all that he can do, let him do that.
Yeah, you're winning.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, the other New York sports teams that made the playoffs have all been eliminated. The only New York area sports team that is still alive in the playoffs is the New Jersey Devils. Shout out and credit to the New Jersey Devils for moving forward, moving on.
New Jerusalem.
Should be I don't know. I know I'm the hockey guy, but I'm interested in seeing what the Devils can do. I think the Devils are pretty nice, and I'm like I was telling you earlier, I did not shed any tears to see the Rangers lose. But I am going to present to you both the most underreported story in these NHL playoffs. And this is just going to show you how unimportant hockey is when it comes to like American sports media.
Man.
So, the reigning Stanley Cup champions were eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs this year by the Seattle Kraken.
Was Kraken. I was trying to make that my team. I was trying to make that my team when they started last year, and I was like, I can't fake this.
No, I like the Kraken. I mean, they're not my team, but I liked them when they first came out, and I had a feeling they were going to have a good season this year. But low key, one of to me, the most interesting stories and weird stories to come out of that series is super underreported. And just imagine, reigning Stanley Cup champions. So for basketball, would be like the equivalent of the Golden State Warriors. Imagine if So there's a player on the Colorado Avalanche, who are the reigning Stanley Cup champions. There's a player of importance, not their best player. I would say he's probably maybe their third or fourth best player, but a player of importance for sure. He is a player who scored a goal in Game 2 of the series that they lost to the Kraken. But Game 2 was the last game that he played in that series. He didn't play games 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7.
Now, why is that?
And why is that? That's a good question. Why is that? Do either of you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay, so there's a player on the Colorado Avalanche named Valery Nichushkin. I'm maybe pronouncing that wrong. I think I got Nichushkin right, because I've heard people say it. The first name, I'm not sure. But pretty good player. I've been following the Avs since last year and been following him. But headline out of the Denver Post from after Game 2 in this series. Intoxicated woman found in Avalanche forward Valery Nichushkin's hotel room, required transport to hospital, police report says.
Oh, shit.
So, apparently there was a woman found out of sorts in Homeboy's hotel room. Nice. And now he's no longer with the team. Uh-oh. And no one has said anything about this.
No, I haven't heard it.
I will read you some of the details that have been released in this article. And actually, the Seattle. So this hotel was in Seattle. So it was the road city. They were the Avalanche are from Denver. They were playing in Seattle. But I'll read you some details from this police report and from this story.
So this happened in Seattle.
This incident took place in the Seattle Four Seasons, I believe. And it's pretty wild, and I don't know why nobody's talking about it, but I guess it's just because nobody cares about hockey. But anyway, a woman found so intoxicated in Avalanche forward Valery Nichushkin's hotel room Saturday that a team doctor called for an ambulance to take her to a hospital, according to Seattle Police Department report. Nichushkin did not play the game in Game 3 of the Avalanche's first-round playoff series against the Kraken and has not appeared with the team since. When contacted by the Post late Thursday afternoon, a team spokesman declined to comment on whether or not Nichushkin's absence is connected to the incident, but he did confirm that he's currently not with the team. Team employees found the woman when they went to check on Nichushkin in his hotel room at the Four Seasons Hotel in downtown Seattle, where the Avs were staying, according to the incident report. The team doctor felt she was too intoxicated to safely leave the hotel in a cab, and called 911 at about 3:20 p.m. The 28-year-old woman, who is unidentified, told the authorities she was from Russia and born in Ukraine, and said, quote, she should never have come to the United States, and that some guy took her passport and that he was a bad person, according to the incident report.
Is this taken?
Huh? It sounds like it, right?
Yeah.
It is not immediately clear what substance the woman had used. Seattle Fire Department spokesperson said the fire department considers an intoxicated person to be suspected of alcohol poisoning. And apparently she hit the team doctor when he came into the room as well, but he is declining to press charges.
Oh shit.
Now, could you imagine if, let's say, who would be the third or fourth best or most important person on the Warriors? Jordan Poole, or maybe Andrew Wiggins.
That sounds like something Jordan Poole would get into.
Well, I don't want to go that far. I don't want to do that to Jordan Poole. I don't think he deserves that.
What I'm saying is, if you go down the list, it's not going to be Steph. It's not going to be Clay.
I don't want to do that. I don't know any of these people
but
personally
is it important player,
to assume right? What they would be doing.
You said third or fourth, so I just made it.
It's an important player.
I'm just associating the player with the level of importance to the team,
That's what I'm saying.
not necessarily what they are
I'm
more
sorry.
likely to do in their private life. I won't assume that. I don't know, but
Yeah, you asked, you put me in a terrible position by naming.
I asked who was the third or fourth most important, not the third or fourth most likely to have a drunk
What's the
woman
guy
in their
that-
hotel room.
What's
But could you just imagine if he scored, and
3
Nichushkin
months
had
leave.
scored the tying goal 2 days earlier in Colorado's 3-2 comeback to even the series? Could you imagine if a player of that significance in a more major sport had this incident hanging over them, was no longer with the team, and nobody talks about it?
That's crazy. They're looking at NHL offices, like looking around, like, yo, no one gives a fuck.
And
Fuck
no
it,
one's
don't do
even
that.
asking any questions.
Yo, but what is she claiming though? Like she was just twisted, like
She had to
That's
go to
it?
the hospital. I don't know that she's
Yeah,
claiming
but if she-
anything.
yeah.
She was
I don't
okay.
know,
So
but
I'm gonna here is some quotes from the 911 call that was placed by the team. So the team doctor and I guess another team official came to this dude's hotel room to check on him. In all the articles I've read about this story, I have not gotten a secure enough confirmation in any of the reporting to say whether or not he was even there when the team doctor came to the room. I think
I
it
ask you-
sounds like he was there and they kind of were like, yo, bro, bounce. We'll take care of this.
Let me ask you something. Where's he from?
I believe he's Russian. I believe he's from
Okay,
Russia.
that's your answer right there.
My
It's
answer
not-
to what?
To why they're not making why they swept everything under the rug.
Because
Political
he's
reason.
Russian?
It's probably because those people, they don't like the guys on TV don't know how to pronounce those names, so they don't want to get caught up trying to say one of those names.
What
I'm
guys
saying,
on
like, you
TV?
can't
the
lock
guys who
him
are
up.
covering hockey don't know how to pronounce his name. They know how to pronounce his name.
No, but they're not going to do that. They're not going to, like, the hockey media isn't going to do that. That's for like general sports media to get attention onto it.
Well,
Yeah, who knows? That
no
sounds
media is
fishy.
putting attention to it. But this is from an earlier a report from the Seattle Times earlier today. They got a hold of the 911 call, and these are some quotes from the 911 call. Quote, we suspect someone might have, and this is the team doctor talking to the dispatcher. We suspect someone might have OD'd on alcohol potentially, or something else got mixed in a drink. We don't know yet.
Oh
boy.
shit.
When asked by the dispatcher whether the woman was conscious and awake, the doctor replied, quote, they're hanging in there at the moment. She is awake at the moment, but she's fading.
Hold up.
Avalanche players were
Gotcha now.
preparing to board the team bus before Game 3 of the series at Climate Pledge Arena. He did not play that night. News reports have said that Nichushkin was taken out of the hotel by Avalanche team security members and flown out of Seattle that day.
Yep. Guess where he's at?
He's
I
He's,
bet you I know exactly where he's
And
at.
there were also some reports that she may, and these are reports. They're not confirmed, but there have been reports that the woman may either be a prostitute, a
Nice.
victim of human trafficking, or potentially
nice.
both.
Ugh. Terrible.
The woman was taken to Virginia Mason Medical Center for observation, but no update on her condition was provided.
So let me get this straight. This doctor is calling 911 to get somebody to take care of this lady while she's hanging in there.
Sounds right.
I mean, yeah, why?
He's a
He's
doctor.
a doctor.
Yeah, he's not an EMT. He was going to check on the player. He didn't know he was going to arrive and there's going to be a dead broad in the fucking room. He's going to check on the athlete.
It sounds like he he went
Gotta wash
somewhere
his
else
hands.
to make this phone call. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
It
The
sounds like
EMT
what?
shows up. Yeah.
It sounds like he was like, all right, yo, I'll be back in a minute. Let me go make this phone call. And how's she like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's hanging in there, like,
Wash
you know
his
what I'm
hands
saying?
with
Like,
it.
yeah.
Maybe
Well,
he's
I
just
mean,
a athlete doctor and shit. And she's like, fucking EMT shows up and they're like, why is her fucking ankle taped up? He's like, oh well, I think she sprained her fucking ankle.
The player and the doctor, they sound like real assholes.
Nah, he definitely wanted to wash his hands and was like, yo, come get this broad.
well, that's what it really sounds like. And even this, listen to this detail of the call. In the 911 call, the caller tells the dispatcher that the woman could be found right at the front door of the hotel. It sounds like
Laid
they
out.
didn't even stay around and wait for the EMTs to arrive.
This is taken.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. So I don't know. All I know is that I took the over on Nichushkin's shots in Game 3 after he scored the goal in Game 2, and then I checked the joint and I'm like, why is my bet voided? I didn't even know he wasn't playing, and then this is how I found out, because I was like, yo, what happened? Because I had taken the over on his shots on goal, and it voided the bet. And I was like, why the hell didn't he play? I didn't know he was injured. And then I'm like Googling, and I'm like, the fuck is this? I'm
There's a
like,
lot of
nobody's
covering
talking
up.
about this.
This is the only reason you know about this.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've been watching the hockey broadcast. I haven't really. And it's funny because I've heard after the Avs got eliminated, you know, they were expected to at least, you know, win a series. They're a good team. Nathan McKinnon's probably definitely a top 3. I would say definitely a top 3 player in the league. It's probably Connor McDavid, Matthew Tkachuk, and then Nathan McKinnon. Or he might even be 2. He might even be 1. I mean, he carried the Avs to the championship last year. So they lost, and it was a surprise. It was an upset, especially losing to a team that's only been in the league for 2 years. You know, an expansion team. So people have been, like hockey media has been talking about the Avs, why they got eliminated, what happened, big upset, you know, the Kraken, give them credit, and kind of like the post-series analysis. And they've just kind of been throwing out there, yeah, we don't really know what's going on with the Avalanche, you know. They've been battling injuries all season, and then, you know, they've had some kind of distractions off the ice, or like they'll just make some type of very vague, loose reference to what I assume is they're referencing what's going on with this dude, but no kind of comment or details or anything. And obviously the team hasn't commented. I don't know that the dude is it's just to me that's just wild, man.
That is.
But
It's because to me it's like if somebody found out, because to me I always kind of have this kind of loose impression that type of stuff probably happens in the NFL, but it doesn't ever make the papers. They don't let the reporters find out about it. You know what I mean? Like if something like that was to, like if you know, if you're saying football, if it was, you know, one of the if it was Juju Smith-Schuster, something like this was to happen, I would assume that Kansas City Chiefs officials or NFL officials or whoever is going to do everything they can to not have it come out at all.
Yeah.
Or even Patrick Mahomes' brother.
Well, that's the thing. Obviously not Patrick Mahomes' brother, because they did not try to make that not come out, and I don't know that there's anything they could have done about Action Jackson just wilding out apparently.
Did you see the video? Is there a video?
I saw the video a while ago when it went, because this is like an old story at this point. They just now I guess did the arrest or whatever. But I remember this was even before the Super Bowl, like during the playoff run. I think was when this happened.
I sent you that. I think I sent that in the chat.
Yeah.
Like before. But let me say one last thing on the hockey thing. I think it's a perfect storm for them to be able to hide that for these 3 reasons: the player, He's not an American-born player, not a quote-unquote superstar. 2, it's hockey, and it's and 3, it happened in Seattle. Like I think that's a perfect storm for shit like that to be, like at least some like.
No, the
Swept
Storm
under
is the WNBA team in Seattle.
I was finding a way to link that.
It's more like an avalanche.
Yes. Which some would say a storm of snow. No, that would be a snowstorm.
Well, it sounds like she had a storm of snow in her nose before this whole incident happened.
Or some sort of powdered thing was slipped in her drink.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I just
so
think
thoughts and prayers to the Ukrainian-Russian hooker who was found in Nichushkin's hotel room. I hope she recovers and does well.
Yeah, same here. Yep.
Yeah, they need to get to the bottom of that. Because that,
and I will be providing updates as they come in.
Because that's one of those things that they need to send like an investigative reporter, and once they start peeling back the layers of that would be like the biggest. That would be one of the biggest stories in sports. If they had somebody tracking back.
Crazy.
Like
the feminist movement right now would go crazy.
It's not. I mean, I'm kind of joking around about it, but and I don't want to get too crazy. It could have just been that he met some broad after the game at the club and she just got too wasted, whatever. Who knows? But from some of the rumors and some of the kind of maybe reckless, maybe not, but with there being no details, it leaves no room for anything but speculation.
And the fact that he wasn't playing. That's a big.
The fact that he's not playing, the fact that he was on a flight out of Seattle, that day, and the fact that nobody has seen or heard from him or the girl, or nobody's commenting on it, and these whole ideas of human trafficking, like, could you imagine if this was like somehow connected to some like massive human trafficking, situation? I mean, I don't want to get crazy, but wow.
Yeah.
I just think that was like a crazy story, and if it were any other sport, it would have at minimum been something that somebody heard about.
Yeah.
Or it's like the Russian players have like a connection to like the Russian underworld.
Hell yeah, who knows? And I would have, to be honest with you, I would imagine that, and I don't want to get reckless with the speculation, but like, I just, to a certain degree, am under the assumption that, and not in a malicious way, but I feel like if you are from another country, whether it's, I mean, particularly Russia, because I know just from what I know of Russian people who I've met, they are very close. They are very closely connected to other Russian people, and like if you are in a foreign country, like you're gonna gravitate towards people who you have those types of commonalities with. But wild stuff, my friends. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this week's episode, and we will check in next week with more updates on Russian hookers in Seattle, sleepless.
I'm gonna get to the bottom.
And more to come.
Yes, sir. Go Knicks.
See what I did there? More to come.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. I was gonna say something.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. I was gonna.
All right, we are no longer live.